How we doing, guys? Welcome to DT's Daily. Now, on today's show, we're going to be talking about Mario Balotelli because Barnsley have made an offer for the former Italy striker. Next piece of news involves Mo Salah, and he has tested positive again for coronavirus. And the last piece of news involves Matteo Guendouzi because his former manager has said that he's a pain to manage due to his massive ego.
I represent my fucking self.
How we doing, guys? Welcome to DT's Daily. That's right.
So the first place we're going to start is Mario Balotelli, and what a random story this was breaking yesterday. But the Championship club Barnsley have made an inquiry into signing former Italy striker Mario Balotelli, who is a free agent after leaving Brescia. The 30-year-old former Manchester City and Liverpool striker is currently without a club after having his contract with his hometown Serie A side Brescia terminated because he was repeatedly missing training during June and July. Conversations have taken place between Balotelli's representatives and Barnsley's co-chairman Chen Lee and Paul Conway, but talks have not gone any further. Balotelli, who left England to return to Italy in 2015, was linked to a move to Barnsley's Sky Championship rivals Watford last month by newspaper reports, but nothing materialised. Barnsley, who are currently 16th in the Championship table, are hoping the Italian can help boost their chances of survival. That is an absolutely random story. Can you imagine Mario Balotelli ending up and playing at Barnsley? And no disrespect to Barnsley, but Mario Balotelli, man, what an unbelievably talented footballer this lad is. But he seems to have just thrown so much of his career away. It could have been so much better. His attitude has always been a problem. And when you look at all the clubs that he's been to and the issues and why he's left, that seems to be one of the main issues. And that's his attitude. Not going to training, and you think about some of the incidents at Manchester City. I remember when Roberto Mancini was manager there. I think it was a pre-season game, and Balotelli went one-on-one with the keeper, and he decided to just turn around and do this fancy back heel flick type thing, and he completely missed the target, and everyone was furious. And Mancini immediately subbed him off, and Balotelli was going mad. And there's stories about him, lighting fireworks in his house and setting it alight, and just crazy stuff. And you remember when he scored in the Manchester derby and he lifted his shirt up and it had the message underneath, "Why always me?" which has become like a really massive image that's everybody knows about. And it's just crazy that, a lad like this that's got the world at his feet, huge, privilege of being a professional footballer, and he just doesn't really take it seriously. There's some lads out there that, can be just as talented, and they might not have got the breakthrough, and they've got unbelievable attitudes, and they just haven't got that break, and they would do anything to be in someone like Balotelli's position. But crazy. And we'll wait and see. I don't know how he would actually fare at Barnsley and how he would fare in a relegation battle. That seems a bit of a strange one. I just can't really see Mario Balotelli getting his hands dirty in the Championship and fighting with Barnsley for relegation. He's definitely got the talent. He could definitely score goals in the Championship and cause a lot of problems, but it's whether the problems will be on the pitch or off it. But yeah, we will wait and see whether anything materialises with that one. Next piece of news involves Mo Salah, and he has returned another positive test for coronavirus, and that has been confirmed by the Egyptian Football Association. The governing body said a medical swab taken from the 28-year-old came back again positive on Wednesday, which is expected to rule the player out of Liverpool's match with Leicester in the Premier League on Sunday. Salah, who initially tested positive for coronavirus last Friday, has missed Egypt's African Cup of Nations qualifiers against Togo on Saturday and Tuesday. Also, Kolasinac has tested positive for coronavirus. And again, it's another player. International duty, coronavirus. I don't need to speak any more about what I feel in terms of that. But Mo Salah, that's not great news for Liverpool. They could have really done with him given the injuries they've got, especially in the defensive areas. But it's looking, for all intents and purposes, that Mo Salah will definitely miss Liverpool's game at the weekend. And Kolasinac, I don't think he would have been involved from the start in terms of Arsenal's game against Leeds United on Sunday. But he may well have been involved in the squad. And one thing that I will touch upon is some of the comments I've seen on social media regarding this. Now, I am not Kolasinac's biggest fan. Everybody knows what I feel in terms of Kolasinac on the pitch and that I don't want him anywhere near it. He shouldn't be an Arsenal player, in my opinion. But to see some of the comments about Kolasinac having COVID and how it's good news and everything else is wrong. The guy has coronavirus. Why can't you just wish him well? Despite what you might think about him and what he does on the pitch, seriously, if you've got nothing good to say, don't say anything at all. Just keep it to yourself. It's not nice seeing it under, Arsenal tweets or reporters and stuff. And I look at it and I just think how embarrassing that we've got fans out there that are so just nasty, to be honest with you. And it was a saying that my mum used to always say, and I've said it already. If you have nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. I can't say no more than that, man. And I personally will wish Kolasinac all the best, and I hope he makes a full recovery. Last piece of news involves Matteo Guendouzi, and the Arsenal midfielder was a pain on a daily basis due to his oversized ego, and that is the words of his former coach at Lorient. Michael Landrew managed a 21-year-old between 2017 and 2018 before Guendouzi moved to North London, and the former France goalkeeper admitted the player's attitude was problematic and made him difficult to work with. But the France under-21 international's confidence can also be a positive attribute. He annoyed me terribly. He is very complicated to manage, the former Lorient boss told Canal Plus. He sometimes has some behaviours within a group that are very, very hard, but somehow that's what he is. He doesn't let go. He is a fighter. He has an oversized ego, but he certainly needs it. Guendouzi is, of course, currently on loan at Hertha Berlin, with reports emerging earlier this year that his attitude was a concern to Arsenal coach Mikel Arteta. But of course, he has only made 2 appearances so far for the Bundesliga outfit. The midfielder tested positive for coronavirus in October, ruling him out for the best part of 2 weeks. But he does, of course, hope to make a greater impact at Hertha following the ongoing international break. I think he needs to be in the spotlight to be a leader. He needs to be a captain or vice-captain, and he will try and make the most of it, because that is the way he is. And that means that his teammates have to accept him for the way he is, because he's a pain on a daily basis. What more can you say? And I think this was one of the biggest problems that he had at Arsenal. And this was not just an issue that he had when he turned up at Arsenal. And we knew when we bought him from Lorient that he had a bit of a attitude problem and a bit of an ego. And that obviously carried into his time at the club. And, it wasn't just Mikel Arteta. It was also under Unai Emery that he had a problem. And I think that, his youth might have something to do with it as well. He is, of course, a winner. He does have a fighting spirit. But he's getting to an age now where he's going to have to start changing some of them things. Know when to rein it in. Yeah, for me, I'm just not, you know, buying all this about it's part of his makeup sort of thing. You can't go throughout your whole career like that because it can ultimately ruin it. Thierry Henry had a big ego. But Thierry Henry had the ability to match it. And Thierry Henry produced the goods on a daily basis and won countless trophies. He had the right and he earned the right to have a big ego. Guendouzi's still a kid. He's still a young lad learning his trade. So yeah, it's okay having a bit of an ego. But you got to know when to rein it in. And I don't think Guendouzi's quite worked that one out yet. But there's 3 managers, effectively, that have had a problem with him. His coach at Lorient here, Mikel Arteta, and Unai Emery. So, yeah, when 3 coaches have got a problem with you, maybe you need to actually look at yourself. But no one doubting his talent. It's just his attitude and his ego that might be questionable. So make of that what you will. So there we go. That is it for today's DT's Daily. As usual, let me know in the comment section what you think about today's topics. Mario Balotelli, do you think that would be a wise move for him? And not just for him, but for Barnsley. And of course, this situation here with Guendouzi. What's your thoughts on that? If you're new around here, do hit the subscribe button. Smash a like on this video. And I will see you lot soon. I'm out of here.